Guy this clean's gotta be dirty.
When I input everything into the Quicken, nothing flashed red, so that's gotta mean it's okay, right?
You killed me, is what you've done!
Each week, we break down another Breaking Bad episode in order. This week is Season 4, Episode 9, Bug, with 34 details you might not know. With this title and a similar teaser, the creators are fooling us into thinking this could be a Fly sequel. For better or worse, it is not. We start with a short teaser that implies Walt is bleeding with broken glasses. At 39 seconds, only the Fly teaser is shorter. We now see Walt's pristine shoe, confirming that we just witnessed a flash forward. However, in these aerial shots, Walt is wearing the wrong pair of shoes.
Ready to get your rocks on?
Hank is really sabotaging Team Mineral.
Mineral Show is just some sort of guy code for strip club.
And now Marie switched teams, probably because Hank's actually being nice to her.
Relax, buddy. This ain't no spy movie. It's more like Rocky. Bum, 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 bum.
They did ask Dean to sing this, but doing so cost about $15,000 for the rights. This next shot is funny because he's clearly not singing right now. Unlike many past shots of computers, this is real. So real that it's copyright 2011 and 2010, despite this taking place in 2009. They bought the tracker and drove these routes.
What the hell?
Although they modified some things, so it's time to overanalyze this data. This first trip should be from work to home, and it does show arrival at Jefferson Boulevard, a tweaked address for Gus's house. But that's up here where the pin says start. And down here is a Twister's restaurant, but a different location than the one filmed in Breaking Bad. On other days, the mileage seems way too high, even for 2 round trips. Does anyone have experience with these trackers?
Guy this clean's gotta be dirty.
This was filmed in the winter, and they had to clear out some snow for this shot. Vince likes to think of the show as not existing in any particular season, but based on the hints we see, this is supposed to be July.
I live on the 4900 block of Doswell Place, and I want to report a very suspicious man who's lurking in my neighborhood.
They are on a 4900 block, but Doswell Place doesn't exist in New Mexico. Although they did put up a fake sign. It's named after a friend of Vince's wife, along with the character
Stephanie Doswell.
Got one of those for me.
One of those what?
Cigarette. So what have you been up to?
What?
A day in the life. What do you do after work?
Have you already forgotten about the go-karting invitation, you heartless bastard?
Go karts, go home, watch TV.
What do you watch?
Ice road truckers.
What happens on that one?
Guys drive on ice.
Hey, look at us. Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
I am gonna do it.
Walt is looking for signs that Jesse is telling the truth. This scene was going to face the other direction so you could see into the laundry, but the big garage door was stuck closed that day. You can see that later in the episode.
Oh man, don't you have enough cancer already? I said I'd do it. I'll do it.
What does it matter? We're both dead men anyway.
Here's the debut of Skyler's office, which is definitely an improvement from the way Bogdan had it. Although I find it funny that she bought a new desk, rug, computer, phone. That's a breast pump, so that's fine. And even lamps. Skyler, you're not supposed to have money for things like that.
Am I catching you at a bad time?
I have a few minutes.
It's subtle, but there's an early clue that Walt bought his own GPS tracker.
So I figured we bite the bullet and buy him a car. Do you have any thoughts on what kind?
You just go ahead.
Walt, you have no idea what you just did. If you want to protect your family, how about protecting your son from a PT Cruiser?
Business is good. So good that I'm thinking maybe you don't need to even work your second job. Maybe you could start thinking about an exit strategy.
I'm working on it.
And now the tracker's gone.
Think about this Gus Fring, right? About how he never goes anywhere. Which now I'm even more convinced is bullshit, because the man owns 13 other restaurants. Pollos Hermanos has a main distribution center that's not far from town.
It's funny that he zooms in on the 3 coops that were still standing in episode 5, because the ongoing real-life demolition was recent enough that Google Earth still shows the other buildings.
Got another field trip in you?
You caught me somewhat indisposed.
What do you mean, like taking a dump indisposed?
Yeah, that's embarrassingly, that's it. It's out of control. It's really explosive.
I get it. You don't have to paint me a picture. I'll find another ride for this one.
Another ride? I would just really love to be the one to be able to take you there.
Yeah, okay, sure. If it means that much to you.
They did a really good job with Walt's clock in this scene. It goes from 8:17 to 8:20 to 8:21, practically matching the elapsed airtime, which is hard to do.
Don't be angry.
What is it, Walter?
My brother-in-law. Soon he will probably, in the near future.
Mike and Gus should really be grateful for Walt being a mole here, and Walt should realize this. I'm surprised he's so timid on this phone call. They just added the bathroom to this set for this episode.
Where's this all going?
Elsewhere.
Thanks, guy.
my God. Ted.
I really need to talk to you.
An audit?
That's not the outdoors behind Skyler. If you look carefully, you see they used a huge tent to block the studio interior.
My God, you're facing a felony charge here.
Maybe there's some way you could undo what's in there.
It doesn't work like that. The damage is already... My signatures are all over those books. Once the CID sees this as willful tax fraud, they are going to monitor your mail and tap your phones, and not just you, Ted. Everyone involved in those books.
Skyler, you're gonna be fine, okay? They're after me. It's the captain they want, not some cashier at a car wash.
Does he not realize that she's the owner/manager? She has her own office, and the door probably still says manager on it unless she repainted that too.
Here.
So is he gonna kill him?
Is who gonna kill who?
It really bothered Jonathan to say it this way rather than the correct whom.
The writer of the episode wouldn't change it?
Wouldn't change it. I said, Tom, don't dumb Mike down. Just correct it. Yeah. He wouldn't do it.
Whom didn't?
Gus, is he gonna kill Mr. White's brother-in-law?
Would you have a problem with that?
Who really cares what I think?
R.I.P. Nick, who in real life was a Marine sniper with 3 Purple Hearts, then was a dolly grip for the show before becoming an actor. They did real splatter, but didn't like the way it looked, so they digitally removed it and then added CGI splatter. There you can see more signs of the demolition of the chicken coops. They're down to just 1. That's not Aaron, so that's probably not Jonathan either.
Son of a bitch.
Why does Mike say that so weirdly?
Get out!
There's a DEA Fun Run poster. Writer Thomas Schnauz said they kind of wanted to have a Fun Run episode at some point, but never found a way to work it in.
Así es que sí, o es que no.
Que la respuesta es sí.
Here's the debut of the Superlab's freight elevator. Many people have wondered why Gus bothered with the fancy hydraulic washing machine entrance if this elevator was here all along. I assume the elevator is also very hidden and probably slower and more cumbersome to use regularly.
I even ask? I wouldn't. Is this going to be a regular thing now? Meth cooking and corpse disposal? Jesus.
Pollos Hermanos from Meth Cooking and Corpse Disposal. Please dilate.
Just grab us a spare barrel, Walter.
What did this poor bastard do to piss off Gus? Or did Gus just need to send another message?
Shut your mouth. And if you ever plan on calling the cops on one of my guys again, you go ahead and get 2 barrels.
They still have the wrong number on the corrosive liquids label, but at least it's harder to see than in box cutter.
I guess I never thanked you for what you did.
Next time, don't stand there like an idiot. Move your feet, running and so forth.
What was the deal with Gus? The Terminator shit?
Cartel needs Gus.
The rest of us are like open season. Is he doing anything about that?
You got questions? Ask him yourself.
Walt was right about that.
And here again, unreported income.
It really is shocking that Ted wouldn't bring a lawyer to this, but he's not the brightest character in this show.
Oh, I am so sorry I am late. This building is so confusing. There are doors everywhere. Skyler White.
You are the accountant of record for many of these reports. You've read Section 61 of the IRC?
I did not follow what you just said.
Income is income. You're not allowed to not declare it.
When I input everything into the Quicken, nothing flashed red, so that's got to mean it's okay, right?
Quicken. You used Quicken.
Do you guys use that here? Because it is the best. It's like having a calculator on your computer.
Where did you get your training?
Oh, well, I haven't had any training per se. I've always been naturally good with numbers. I've got a good instinct for them. Right, Teddy?
Right. This is all falling into place now. You're not managing accounts anywhere else, are you?
Nope. I'm a cashier at a car wash.
Zing, she's owning Ted's earlier diss.
I'm not really clear about what happened in there.
Pay your back taxes, pay the penalties, and move on from this.
I owe them $617,000. What am I...
Look, just figure it out.
Now that it's done, Skyler has already pulled up her dress to hide the pink bra from Ted.
You have to settle.
Wish I could.
Come in. Mike mentioned you have some questions. We'll eat first, and then we'll talk.
I was going to say all the kids' toys and drawings are now gone, although this looks like a child's drawing. Maybe it's art? In addition to the symbolic line dividing them, this is a callback to a shot when Walt was having dinner with Gus.
What happened yesterday, it was a terrible thing.
Oh, the dude getting his head blown off? Yeah.
I have invited you into my home, so we could sit and talk like men. But first, can you cook Walter's formula?
What?
Can you produce his product without any help?
No. This your plan? Invite me in your house. Make whatever this is.
Baila, Marina.
You wanna talk like men? You kill Mr. White, you're gonna have to kill me too.
That is not what I asked you. I need you to help prevent an all-out war. Now, answer the question.
I know they needed the light, but I find it weird that the skylights are lit so brightly.
Get it out?
Okay, let's look at this again. They fixed up Jesse's address to show the fictional one. It's a nice touch that they have 1315 for Gus's house because Jesse parked across the street, and here I learned the fictional address of the Super Lab. It's also probably a mistake that they show the Windows logo here because normally they change it.
Yo, Mr. White, hey, I really gotta talk to you.
That's a juicy one.
Word has come down that they want me to go to Mexico.
Shout out to Aaron Paul, who delivered these lines over a continuous shot lasting 2.5 minutes.
So the cartel wants half of Gus's entire operation, and they want your formula. I mean, I'm supposed to go to Mexico and teach a bunch of cartel chemists how to cook a batch of blue. And what if like all the equipment is in Mexican instead of English? Maybe you could like coach me.
So you saw Gus?
What? No.
Then who told you all of that?
It was passed down, like I said.
You look me in the eye and you tell me that you weren't at his house last night.
I knew you would freak out and wouldn't believe me. He just made this one big pot and we both ate from it. What was I supposed to do? Poison myself?
Gus will show you how it's done in the next episode.
2 hours and 18 minutes, and you couldn't figure out a way to give it to him.
He never left the room.
Are you lying, little shit?
2 hours and 18 minutes. Were you following me?
This.
You bugged my car?
7:10 to 9:28 p.m.
Everything that I have done for you.
Oh,
You put a bug on my car?
I'm sorry. After everything you've done for me, you killed me, is what you've done. And now you want advice? All right, I'll give you advice. Go to Mexico and screw up like I know you will, and wind up in a barrel somewhere.
That's a foam replica of the tracker, and they loosened his glasses so they'd fly off his head. It appears to bonk him on the top of his head, so maybe this cut is from his glasses? In this frame, you can tell it's Aaron's stuntman. Bryan's stuntman is indistinguishable. That's a good reminder of the teaser. Now we see what happened. Sorry, Walt, but your kick missed. Those two shelves broke in the same unrealistic way, and there's rage. This fight, the longest of several between these two, was inspired by Tony and Ralph's fight in The Sopranos. Sloppy and awkward, but vicious. Walt's mistake was thinking the fight's over.
Can you walk? Then get the fuck out of here and never come back.
The show was allowed to have one F-word per season in the broadcast version, and this was the one for season 4. The DVD, Netflix, and the clips you see here have more. And now for more film artifacts I missed in previous videos. Burbs and Shelley are 1-year members. Congratulations to Burbs and Shelley Saves a Day for earning your 1-year membership badge from YouTube. A year ago I had 825 subscribers and you two were my first members. Thanks so much for being here from the start. Say hi to the record-breaking 25 new members. Anderson Deus, Leo, Silver, Lasumo, Nate, Better Watch TV Fan. Wow, I'm flattered, but don't you want your own name up here? Kadister, Tucha, Bagel, V-Root Cassie. Did I just get hacked? -119, Leandro Calip, ya boy A-Dub, Hank, Brogley, Quantum Sponge, Jemena, Psydev, Ferretface, Meeker MW, TARDIS Man, Melody Huxtable, Atticus, Ghostly Mimic, and In a Nutshell. This enables me to add another emoji. I've been falling behind, so here's Hector, and I still need ideas for 2 more. Either Season 5 related, or I could save them for the upcoming Better Call Saul videos. There's so many of you with 2 to 5 month badges that I split you into 2 screens. Next week, we begin a legendary stretch of 4 incredible episodes. I hope you're as excited as I am.
Slapping those things so hard.